So this may not be my favorite car, nor my favorite track in the game or in the world. This is pretty raceable. And also here it's, well, the overall feeling, the connection that counts. And I think Racer have done a good job. It's never felt any better, this car. I can also put it in other words. I think the game has never been more accessible. If that's a good thing, I don't know. If that's making the cars more realistic to drive, I'm not sure. Is it more fun? Well, perhaps so, for most of the people out there, perhaps. So what's new then in the release candidate version 1.4.8, which is a sort of preview for the upcoming big update, the version 1.5. The focus here is on physics revisions dedicated for specific cars. In green, you can here see all the classes with the already new physics. And this includes mainly the Formula classes like the Retros, the Classic, the Inter, the USA 23, and the Ultimate Gen 2. And in this video, I'm going to focus on the Classics and on the Ultimate Gen 2 as I know them pretty well. But then we will also take a look at the new circuit, which is the Circuito de Barcelona Catalunya, which will come as a DLC, but is now free for us within this release candidate. So let's hop over into the game and start with the F Classics. So now I'm here in the Formula Classic Gen 4, formerly Gen 3, in the Model 3, which is, well, in this case the Benetton with its H-pattern shifter V8 engine. And as the release notes say, we are to revert all setups. So I'm going to reset these to defaults and then just hit the road and see what the changes really are. And I'm pretty curious because the dev update doesn't really go into details about what they've changed on the physics, if it's just tires or even more. So let's hit the road and check that out. Well, my first impression is that even here on my outlap with cold tires, the car sticks more to the road. It's less of this stepping out and slidey behavior that we've known. Let's go flat out through Eau Rouge and Rédillon. Yeah, no problem here. Seems to be a pretty downforcey setup. Now we not even reached 300, so would have to do something with this. I think that's also the reason why the rears seem to be glued to the ground. Let me put it this way. At least this car here with this setup on this track feels easier to drive. That's my first sort of resume after just 2-3 laps. Would have to check it out with a more competitive setup. But control is what I want, and control is what I've been given. So, okay, a 154. So now let's switch to a car that I've driven lately and where my muscle memory is still a bit more vivid on a track, which I've driven it on. So it's going to be a little race here at historic Imola 1988, and the grid is the Formula 1 Classic Gen 4 of 1991. I'm in Alain Prost's car in a P10. I've just reset the setup, and now let's see how that car feels compared to 2 weeks ago with the old physics. So, okay, 10's on the grid. Let's see. If this feels any different. Well, also here I gotta say, it feels more controllable in the lower gears. Not that much wheel spin.
Whoa. Come on, guys.
On your right. Clear right. Right side.
Also, we
Line. Clear right.
would very much welcome more improvements to the AI. Their drive lines and behavior on the track, of course.
Right side.
Made up some places. Also here, I'd say feels even more controllable. That car. The moment I'm saying it, I'm missing the Variante Alta chicane. Okay, karma. Definitely some changes. Yep. I can identify it as it's in the tires, it's in the carcass, it's in the whatever. But what I can tell is that the car feels more controllable, even more control in my hands, more predictable even. Less slidey, less oversteery. Also here, when getting onto the power in Acqua Minerali, that was much wilder and ferocious 2 weeks ago.
2.
Yeah, definitely. Also, under acceleration,
10th position.
it's
That was
more controllable, less wheel spin, more traction. Come on, let's take the outside line here.
Still there.
Keep it up.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Okay. It took away some of the excitement and unpredictability of these cars, I have to say, which I sort of prone to love. But on the other hand,
Come on, don't make it easy for it.
yeah, more control. Leads to more consistency,
You've got cold front tyres.
leads to better racing eventually.
You're reeling. Martini. E9. The lap time was at 1:29.34.
Okay, definitely not up to pace compared to my race 2 weeks ago. Ooh! Thank you, man, for not pushing me off track.
Clear left. Left side.
Oh, he's still there.
Still there. Clear left.
Yeah. That's cool racing. Good. Would definitely love to see the AI
The next car is Martini.
do that much more often. Oh, 2 slow Minaris there.
On your left. Hold your line.
Oh, not leaving me any room, these guys. Yeah. So much more traction accelerating out of Acqua Minerali. Had to fight much more
You're looking your right front going into
2 weeks ago with the older physics. Yeah, also here can go full on the throttle. Okay.
Mission.
Overall, I'd say easier to drive. And it's, as this is one of my favorite cars in the game, I mean, it's still
That's half distance.
unlimited fun, guys. Yeah. So this is the current leaderboard for Jerez Historic 1988, and for the F Classic Gen 2 class, I'm here in third, 1.7 seconds behind Ref, who actually did a time of 1:26, which is about 4 seconds faster than what Anna posted in real life 1988, and even my time is more than 2 seconds faster than the actual pole time. Just yesterday, I've done my best time there in time trial, so my muscle memory is as vivid as it can be. So let's see if there is really a difference now in the physics and the feel of that car, and perhaps even in the times. Overall, I'd appreciate it if the changes and alterations to the physics led to even more realistic times, without, of course, compromising the drive feel. What I can already tell is that, yeah, by resetting the setup, this feels a lot different. I mean, different gears here. The acceleration is really different. I've had wheel spin and a snap when turning from third to fourth, like here, which isn't there anymore. It's a much more fluid and gradual deployment of power, if that makes any sense. And also here, the car feels even more stable. Let's pick second now. Okay, bit of a snap, but that's nothing compared to yesterday. Now here, yeah, only a slight snap. Did you see that? But okay, also here, my overall sensation is that the Formula cars have become more controllable and overall easier to drive. Somehow they have reduced the slidey feel. Once again, I don't know, we're not talking realism here, yeah? I've never driven this car in real life. I only can tell from my experiences here in Automobilista 2 with the, well, actual build, the still official release build. And I'm trying to compare it with this pre-release build. I think this old version of Jerez doesn't get all the appreciation and the love it deserves. A 1.4.8 first lap. It has a very cool flow to it, which I'm, yeah, not feeling with Barcelona, no matter what car I run it with. Sorry, Barcelona fans, but everybody has their favorites and, yeah, hate tracks, so to say. Also, I think Barcelona is a real tire eater. Also here, overall, I have the same impression as with the other classes and cars that I've driven in this video. Driving these Formula cars with the new physics has become more controllable, less erratic. Is the FFB better? I don't know. Do I feel more connected? Well, I'd say yes, at least in terms of controllability and prediction of what the car, yeah, will do or could do. On the downside, I have to say that it tends to be a little less exciting. But it will be crucial to see this in context with the new AI and when doing actual races, doing competitive in a competitive environment or in multiplayer. So I think, yeah, at least with this setup, I'm very far away from my actual best, but I could come close to it. And it wouldn't be the worst thing if, especially these classes, were to become a little slower overall. Also, they seem to have done something to the tires or physics overall when braking. I cannot tell you what it is exactly, but the car feels more stable when decelerating. More stable overall. I can also put it in other words. I think the game has never been more accessible. If that's a good thing, I don't know. If that's making the cars more realistic to drive, I'm not sure. Is it more fun? Well, perhaps so, for most of the people out there, perhaps. Ah, that's much too late. Okay, guys, I'm trying to overdrive the car now to actually push me into a mistake. But it's not as easy as it used to be. So now into something completely modern, which is the actual Formula 1 2023, or as it's called, Formula Ultimate Gen 2 in Automobilista 2. On the brand new Barcelona circuit. A little recreation of the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm in Fernando Alonso's car, the AMR number 14 in P9 on the grid.
Let's go.
First gear, second, okay. Oh, that feels pretty controllable. Hardly any wheel spin. Interesting. I think that was different back then. Oh, perhaps I've set the AI a bit too low.
Left side. Clear left. Car left. Still there. Clear left.
Good start.
Car right.
What's happening, guys?
Clear right.
Verstappen has retired. Hulkenberg has just retired. Sargent has just retired from the race.
Okay, I mean, that's strange, guys. That's really strange. Maybe that's due to the pre-release build, but I haven't seen this AI behavior before. They just stopped there. As Razer asked for reporting bugs and quirks, here I am saying that all of the AI on my 8-lap race on the GP circuit, Barcelona, with the chicane, the AI completely retired after a couple of corners. So this may not be my favorite car, nor my favorite track in the game or in the world. This is pretty raceable. And also here it's, well, the overall feeling, the connection that counts. And I think Razer have done a good job. It's never felt any better, this car. It will, of course, have to stand the test of time. And see how close I can come to Max's pole time. Well, just kidding, guys. I am abysmally slow here. I guess, okay. Oversteer, countersteer moment. And here's this whole section that I really do not like very much on that circuit. This long-winded right, and then going down there to the new chicane. Sorry guys, I simply don't like it. This super sausage curve and extra slowing down of the cars. Well, but that may be just me. But I think it destroys the flow. The amount of downforce is insane, as is the deceleration. I mean, it's so different from the classic cars or even the retros, man. Okay. And doing this in quick succession shows just all my flaws and imperfections as a sim racing driver. Man. Yeah. I'm not really, guys, I'm not pretending to be fast in that car. I just want to get a feel of it and see if perhaps the physics do feel any different. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Wow. That can all be done so much quicker, I guess. Seconds quicker. Wow, yeah. I'm so slow. My brain isn't really up to the test here. It's all going too quick for me. Also forgetting to hit the DRS button correctly. still not even close to the limit. Wow. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say anything about the physics regarding my times. Also here, I'd say, judging from my sloppy and slow driving, that, yeah. Also, these cars have become even more controllable. 121. What did Max do? 112? Wow. It would take me, I guess, another half hour or so to sort of get up to pace. That may still be seconds away from the fastest guys on the planet. But what I can tell is that, like all the other cars that I've driven here and now and today, everything seems to point into the same direction. And that has become more controllable, more predictable, more realistic? Question mark. Overall, it's an evolution of the current physics. If it's for better or worse, time will tell. I hope that Racer will get a bit more elaborate on what they've done exactly when we're closer to the version 1.5, which will be perhaps another milestone. We'll see.
So for once, that's it from my side. Now it's your turn, guys. Have you tried out the new pre-release build? Have you driven these cars? Tell me what you think about the new physics, how they've changed for you. Have you driven the other cars that I have not in this video? Tell me in the comments. Let's get into a discussion. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good time. See you on the next one. Bye bye.